Okay, just wait a few seconds. Going to start soon. Okay. All right. All right. So, hi everyone. Thank you for joining our pre-online lessons for today. All right. For today online lessons, we are going to cover on the steel construction in Revit. All right. So for the steel construction in Revit, okay, we're going to cover for today. So my name is Arina Asri, and I am the application engineer at Acadsystems Penang Sdn. So for our tutorial today, the steel construction using Revit for beginner level. So for our demonstration today, these are our course outline. So the first one, so these outlines, I'm going to show you step by step so that you can follow follow to make steel direction more easier. All right. So for the first step is we are going to draw the grid line and the dimensions, and the next one is we are going to setting up the level, and the next one is after we already done with the setting with the dimensions, the grid lines, and setting up the level, then we will place our structural components, which is the wall, column, and foundations. Okay, and after we already place the wall, column, and foundation, next we will place the steel beams. So in order to place the steel beam, we have two options, which is the first one is we are using the beam command here, and the other one is we are going to use the beam system. All right. So after we already place the beam, then the last one we will place the structural floor. Okay. So after we already done with placing the structural components, then we will copy and align to the selected level so that we can make our job faster, so that we don't have to do the same thing on another level. We just can copy and paste to the selected level. All right. So without wasting our time, without further ado, let's start our let's start our let's start our Revit. So I'm going to share you my Revit here. Share. All right. So I hope that you guys can see my Revit. So if you cannot see, or if you can't hear me, just leave a comment or message on our Zoom right here, so that I can know what is the issues. So if you have any question, just type in your comment so that I can try to answer your questions. All right. So let's start our. All right. Is it? Don't have anything like that. All right. Thank you, Chu In Hong. All right. Thank you everyone for joining me on our online lesson. You want the half? Okay. Okay. All right. So the next one is we are going to start our Revit. So let's click on this new button. All right. So for the template, I'm going to use the structure template because we want to create a steel model. We need to have the structural component, which is the beam, the foundation, the column, and so on. It is in a structure template. So that is why we are going to use the structure template. So create new project and you click on OK. All right. So after you all right. So this one will appear white display will appear. So for the first step that we are going to do is that we are going to draw the grid line and the dimension first. All right. So to draw the grid line, under the structure tab here, okay, and on the right side over here, we have the grid. So you can click on the grid, or the shortcut key is GR. So you can just type in on your keyboard GR, and then this one also will appear. So what you need to do is that I'm going to use this line to draw my grid, right? Start from here till here. Okay, we have our grid line over here, and then the next grid line, I'm going to use the pick lines. So let's click on the pick lines and offset it into 5,000 and bring your cursor nearer to your first grid line, and then just click the second. Then after you click, then the second grid line will appear. All right, let's click over here, here, and here. All right. Okay. So the next one is I'm going to draw the grid line, horizontal grid line. So I will start from here till here. Oh, sorry. Let's offset it to 0 first. To 0. Enter and draw a grid line. Okay. And then click escape first, and then this one I'm going to change it into capital A, and again going to GR, and I'm going to use the pick lines and change the offset into 5,000. Then just click over here, here, and here. All right. Okay, so we're done with our grid line. So let's put some dimensions. I think all right. Let's put some dimension on our grid lines. So for the dimensions, we are going to go to modify here, and under the measure component here, we have the align dimension. So click on the align dimensions and start clicking from the first grid line and the second one, the third one, and so on. All right. Okay. I think this one is, yeah, it's double. Okay, let's delete this dimension first. Let's do it again. First one, second, third, fourth, and fifth. All right. So for this particular one, this to the same. So the text size is a bit smaller, right? So what we need to do, I'm going to change it into a bigger size. So just click on this dimension and go to edit type over here. Under properties, we have edit type. So make sure that you duplicate first so that we will not overwrite the existing or the original one. Okay, and then let's change it into 4 4 mm maybe. Then I click on OK. All right. Okay. So we've done our side, and then scroll down below here. We have the text size. So let's change it into 4 mm, and then I click on OK. And then here we go. We have a bigger size phone. All right. So this one also I will change it into the 4 mm size. So just click on the dimension and click on here. On scroll down below, we have the one that we already saved just now, 4 mm. All right. So thank you to the one that just joined our free online lessons. So here we are doing the dimensions. We are trying to model the steel model. So now we just place the dimension on the grid lines. All right. So for the next one, we already done with our dimension and the grid lines. So the next one is we are going to setting up our level. So on the project browser right here, when you go down here, we have the elevations. So you can choose any view, if either you want to choose east, north, south, or west. So I'm going to click on the east. All right. Here we will define our level. So I want to define my level 1 to level 2. I want to have it maybe we have 4 mm, the level 1 to level 2. Oops, sorry. 4,000 mm. Enter. Alright. Alright. So okay. And then just write a bit right here. And then we're gonna add some level. We're gonna add some level. Alright, so you can go to on the structure tab over here. On the right side, on the datum, we have the level, and then you can click on the level, or the shortcut key is LL. So I'm going to use the pick lines because this one is very easy, much easier. So offset it into 4000 and click over here, and we have our level. All right. Okay. So let's edit some more. This one up until here. All right. So we're done with our setting up the level. Okay. So after we already done with the level, so let's go and place our structure components on our plans. So I'm going to use the site plan. Let's just close other tab up here. So I'm going to use on the site plan. On the site plan here, I'm going to place first the floor. Place first the wall. Right. So on the structure up here, on the wall, when you click scroll down below here, we have the wall structure. So I'm going to choose the wall structure. Okay, right. And then start to draw our wall from here to here to here and here and there. All right, so we have our wall over here. And if we go into our 3D, and when we have a look on our wall, our wall is kind of wrong because we want our wall from level 1, start from level 1 to level 4. But instead, the wall going down below level 1. So what we need to do is that we need to edit some more. Go back to our site and then highlight all the wall here. Okay. And on the properties over here, you have the constraints. All right, so the top constraints, we want to make it our wall go up to level 4. And the base constraint, the wall will start from level 1. So let's start from level 1, but the offset, we need to change it into 0 so that our wall will start on the level 1. Okay, and then you click on apply and we go back into our 3D and have a look. Yep, we have our wall from level 1 to level 4. Okay, all right, so go back to site plans. And then the next one is we are going to place the columns. Okay, column is on the structure tab over here. Click on structure, we have column here. Right, click on the column. And then on the properties over here, we have a few types of columns, which is the first one is the circular hollow sections, and then the rectangular concrete column, and the third one is universal column. So for columns, we are going to use the universal because we are modeling a steel construction, steel model. So that is why we are going to use the steel column. So we will be using the universal column. So I'm going to choose the sizes. Maybe we go for this one and click and the placement we place at the grids and highlight from here until here. So here we have our column, right? All right, click finish first and click again at grids. Oh, sorry. All right, again column, add grids and click here until here. All right, so we have our column on each grid. All right, so then you click finish. And when we go into our 3D, as you can see, our column is a bit messed up, right? Yeah, it's a bit messed up because it's not, it's still below, it start below level 1, but we want our column to be on the level 1 to level 4. So again, go to the side and then choose one column, click on one column first, and then you right click and you click select all instances and in entire project, so that if you notice, our column will be the blue color, means that it is already highlighted. So then we can change all our column. Okay, so the top level of the column, we are going to make it until level 4, and the base level is level 1, but it will start from level 1 from 0 millimeter, right? 0, and then click apply, and let's go into our 3D. Yep, we have our column from level 1 to level 4. Okay, so the next things that we will be placed is that the foundation. All right, so again on the structure tab above here, we have the foundation. There are few types of foundation that we can create on Revit, which is isolated, wall, and slab. So for our steel construction for today, we are going to use this only these two foundation, which is isolated and wall. So let's go first with wall foundations. All right, on the properties here, I want to make change a little bit on the foundation, which is I'm going to change the thickness of our foundation. So let's duplicate first. Remember, you have to duplicate first so that you will not overwrite the existing one. So let's change it into 450 millimeter and then click on OK. And the foundation thickness here, change it into 450. And then you click on OK and just click on the wall over here and here. Okay, so for again, go to structure, and for the next foundation is we are going to have the isolated foundation. All right, so I'm going to make some changes on the foundation. So go to edit type and first duplicate. I'm going to have a square foundation. So I'm going to change the size into 1200 by 1200, and then I click on OK. So at the length here, change into 1200. Oh, sorry, 1200, and then click on OK. So let's place it at columns. So if you highlight everything here, the foundation will appear only on the columns. All right, so then just click finish. So let's go and have a look on our 3D. Yep, we have our nice um nice model. All right, so let's change it into fine, and this one to shaded. Okay, all right, so we're already done with our placing the walls, column, and foundation. So the next one is we are going to place the beam. So for the beam, all right, let's go into 3D. So for the beam, I'm going to have the beam placed starting on the level 2. I'm not going to have the beam starting on the level 1. So the beam will start to appear on the level 2. Let's go to the structure plan here, click on level 2. All right, so we're gonna place our beam. So for the beams, there are two options that I'm going to use, which is the first one is I'm going to use this beam. This one is you can just normally place from here to here, like that, okay? And the second one is I'm going to use the beam system. All right, for command, for this command beam here, I'm going to use it to place the primary beam, and the beam system going to use it to place the secondary beam. All right, as you know, the primary beam will be supported by columns, while the secondary beam will be supported by the primary beam, right? All right, so let's go and draw our beam. So just click on the beam. On the properties here, again, we need to use the universal beams because we are modeling the steel model. So let's use the steel beams, or called as universal beams. So I'm going to change it into this size and just click place on grids, and then you can just highlight from here till here. All right, and then you click on finish. So as you notice, you cannot see the beam, right? Because our detail level is under coarse. So if you want to have the beam to appear on your level 2 plan here, so you can just click on this one and then change it into fine. All right, so I'm going to again, click on the grids and place from here until here. Alright, so and then you can just click finish. Alright, if we go into our 3D over here, so we have our primary beam over here. So the next one is we are going to place the secondary beam. Alright, for the secondary beam, as I said just now, we are going to use the beam system. So click on this beam system, and I'm going to use the automatic beam system. So if you bring your cursor down here, it will automatically generate the beam system. So what we need to do is that on the pattern over here, I'm going to change the spacing between the secondary beam. So let's change it into maximum spacing and change the distance into 1250, I think. And I click on apply and try to bring your cursor again. All right, like this. So if you want to have your beam system to be horizontally, you can just bring your cursor on this horizontal beam, closer to this horizontal beam. Or if you want to have your beam system vertically, so you can just bring your cursor near to this vertical beam. All right. Okay, so I'm going to have it go horizontally. So I just click on here, click. Okay. All right. So we have our secondary beam. Okay. Let's go into our 3D and have a look. Yep. Nice beam system. Okay. So again, on the level 2, okay, all right. So we're done with placing our beam. So the next one is we are going to place our structural floor. So, for the structural floor, under the structure command here, we have a floor. So if you click drop down here, we have a few types of floor. So for this floor, we are going to use the structural floor. So you can click on the structural floor and make sure that so because we are creating a steel model, so I'm going to use the 160mm concrete with 50mm metal die. Yep. Then click on here and just gonna use pick lines. So let's create the floor. Then click on this line, click on this line, this line, this line, and this line. All right. So I'm going to trim it a bit so that we can have a, a nice shape of our floor. So this one kind of look messy, right? So I'm going to have a close look. Just click here till here. Okay, from here to here, so that it will trim automatically. Just click here till here. The line over here will be trimmed automatically. Right, here to here and here until here. All right. So after you're done, you can just click on the finish edit mode. So if we go into our 3D and take a look on the floor, as you notice, for the floor, we have it's kind of like intersect with our beam. It's kind of like the floor is in our beam, right? So what we need to do, we are going to have the floor above the beam. So we need to do some adjustment. So I'm going to move this floor up to above the beam. So let's go into the elevation on the east. Going to measure the distance of the thickness of the floor. All right. So let's measure first from here until up here. We have 210. Total length is 210. So, all right, go back into our 3D and click on this floor. Okay. On the height offset, on the properties here, we have constraint height offset. So change into 210. Let's click on apply, and yeah, we have our floor above our beam. So that it will not intercept or position in our beam. Okay, so we already done, we're almost done with our model. So the next thing is, the last thing is, we are going to copy everything that we did on the level 2 and paste it into level 3 so that we don't have to do it one by one, right? So we can do our job faster by copy and paste to the other level. So what we need to do is that just highlight from here, sorry, highlight from here until here. Okay, and then make sure that you click up here, click filter, because this one we highlighted also the wall, the column, so we want to remove the wall and the column. So let's go and click filter and check none first. All right, just choose the beams, analytic beams, the floor, structure beam systems, structure framing, and structure framing jobs. And then you click on apply. Yep, our beam and the floor only that will be highlighted. And then you can click on OK. So, and then if you done highlight everything here, then you click on this up here. We have copy to clipboard, and on the paste here, click the drop down and align to selected levels. And then we will be aligned to level 3 and level 4. And then you can click on OK. So wait a minute. Yeah. We have our model over here, our nice model over here, already paste on another level, which is the level 3 and level 4. Alright, so I'm going to delete this floor first. Going to delete it so that we can have a look on the beam, and we can have a look on the beam with the wall, with the floor. All right. Okay. So do you guys have any questions? Yeah, I think we already done with our steam model over here. This is only just for beginner. That is why it's a bit simple. It's not very complicated. It's very simple. So because it is for beginner. All right. So if you guys have any question, just drop on into the message. Okay, into the message. Okay. All right. So all right. So the next thing I want to share with you is that I want to share our website. Share. Okay. So if you go to our website, acadsystems.com, and then if you scroll down below here, we have a few more online lessons, free online lessons, which you can join. All right. So we have modeling a door family on Revit, Navisworks, Fusion 360, and so on. So if you want to join, just click on this topic that you want to join and RSVP here. All right. So yeah. So again, if you guys maybe you want to watch again our pre-online lessons for today, so you can just go to our YouTube channel. Okay, on the and search this search Acadsystems Syndrome Height. So here we have our previous video that we already record on the previous. So you can just watch on the inventor. We have the topic on the Revit, Vision 360, inventor, and so on. So you can just click and watch our YouTube. All right. So and make sure that you subscribe to our channel and like our YouTube videos. Okay. So if anyone have any questions, no. So if everyone have don't have questions. So I think that is all from me. Thank you for joining us on our free online lessons for today. And I hope that I can see you guys soon in my upcoming free online lesson. Okay, thank you for watching and thank you for joining and bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.